All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about something that's absolutely essential if you're serious about your career, and that's your personal brand. Now, I know, it sounds like a buzzword, right? But trust me, it's not. Think of it as your own personal roadmap, the thing that's going to guide you to real professional success. So, let's get started. So, let me just start with a quick question for you. Are you really in the driver's seat of your career? I mean, for real. Or are you kind of letting other people, write your professional story for you? See, having a clear brand vision, that's what puts you firmly back in control. It lets you steer your own path on purpose. And that's exactly what a personal brand vision is. It's not some fluffy, fancy mission statement you write once and forget. No, it's your actual strategic roadmap. It's the tool that helps you communicate what makes you unique, and this is the big one. It lets you control your own story out there in the professional world. Okay, so think about it. Every good roadmap has to have a destination, right? Well, in the world of personal branding, that destination, that's your audience. So the first and honestly, the most critical step is to figure out exactly who you're talking to. And it sounds so simple, but man, this idea is profound. Before you can even think about creating a message that lands, you've got to know who you're talking to. This isn't about just, shouting into the void and hoping for the best. It's all about smart, strategic, and totally tailored communication. And this is where it gets really interesting, because it's not just about who you're talking to, but why. So ask yourself, are you trying to get noticed by recruiters for that next big promotion? Well, then your brand better be all about your skills and what you've accomplished. Or maybe you're trying to land more clients. In that case, your brand needs to scream results and reliability. Or hey, maybe you just want to be seen as an expert by your peers. Then it's all about thought leadership. So the big question you need to answer is, who is your number one audience right now? All right, so once you know who you're talking to, it's time to build your foundation. And your brand vision, it's not just guesswork. It's something that's built intentionally on 4 really solid pillars. It all comes down to self-awareness. And these are the absolute building blocks of your brand. We're talking about your values, your passions, your strengths, and your goals. Seriously, taking the time to get these right is probably some of the most important look-in-the-mirror work you can do for your career. So let's just break these down really quick. Your values, those are your core principles, right? The things you won't compromise on. Passions, that's the stuff that really lights a fire under you, what gets you excited to do great work. Your strengths are what you're actually good at, the skills and talents you bring to the table. And finally, your goals. Those are the specific things you're aiming for. And let's be super clear about goals for a second. Vague stuff like, oh, I want to be successful. That's not going to cut it. That's not a goal. It's a dream. For a goal to actually work, it has to be specific, and it has to have a timeline. That's what makes it measurable. And you know what? That's what makes it achievable. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Get a promotion and a 20% salary hike at my current company within the next year. See? That's not just a wish. That's a plan. It tells you the what, the promotion and the raise, the where at my current company, and the when, within a year. That's the kind of clarity you need. Okay. So you've figured out your audience, you've identified your 4 pillars. Now you are ready for the main event, actually crafting the vision statement that pulls all of this together into one powerful story. And here it is. This is the formula. Now, it might look simple, but don't let that fool you. This thing is incredibly powerful because it forces you to connect what you want to do directly with who you are. It literally links your what with your why and your how. Let's just walk through how this works. First, you start with that specific measurable goal we just talked about. Second, you tie that goal to your passions and your strengths, what you love and what you're great at. And third, you anchor the whole thing in your core values. When you do that, you're building a brand that's not just ambitious, but it's also authentic. It's the real you. Okay, so you've got your vision statement. That's your North Star. But now you've got to bring it to life, right? This is where we switch gears from thinking to doing. It's time to build your brand assets. Your brand really lives in 2 different worlds, online and offline. Your digital footprint, that's like your professional storefront that's open 24/7. And your physical presence, well, that's how you back it all up in person. And the key, the absolute key, is making sure the message is the same in both places. That's how you build trust. Now, when we're talking online, let's be real. LinkedIn is king. It is your professional hub. And I don't just mean having a profile you made 5 years ago. I'm talking a professional headshot, A summary that actually tells your story and being active on there, sharing articles, commenting on things in your field. That's how you show you know your stuff and stay on people's radar. But don't sleep on the real world either. Actually going to industry events, that's where you build real, genuine connections. And yeah, believe it or not, a good business card is still a super important tool. Just make sure it looks professional and, crucially, has a link to your LinkedIn profile. It's all about connecting your offline and online worlds. All right, so we've covered a lot: the why, the what, and the how of building your personal brand roadmap. Let's bring it all home. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. It's your roadmap, it's your story, and it leads to your success. This whole process, it gives you the map, it lets you control the narrative, and it puts you squarely on the path to defining success on your own terms. Just remember, this isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a journey. Hey, if this roadmap helped you get a little bit clearer on your next career steps, do me a quick favor. Go ahead and like this explainer and definitely subscribe for more guides just like this one. And hey, if you know a colleague who could use their own brand vision, share it with them. Thanks so much for watching.